Good day to all my students. Welcome back to Social Science class. In last class, we have discussed about economics. In that, we learnt meaning of economics, definition of economics from different economists. About the definitions of Adam Smith, Alfred Marshall, Lionel Robbins, and Paul A. Samuelson. And in today's class, let's learn about origin of the word economics, importance of the study of economics, economic activities, and micro and macro economies definition. Children, as this academic year is facing COVID-19 pandemic, few portions had been reduced. In that view, micro, macro economy and basic economic problems in this lesson are omitted. But to get a proper idea about micro and macro economy, I'm giving you here the definition of it. So you can learn only the definition of micro and macro economy. Okay, let's move on to the origin of the word economics. The word economics originated from Greek words, that is oikos and nomos. The word oikos means household and nomos means management. So thus, the economics refers to household management or management of state. So economics refers to the art of household management that involves using the available means to satisfy the basic needs of the family as well as to prosper. At house, whatever available, we use to satisfy the basic needs of a family and as well as to prosper in our life. The same way, economics also uses the same technique so as to satisfy the basic needs of the organization or else the society or even country. The second point says the same. The same rule when applied to the whole society implies that basic needs of the people as well as for their economic prosperity. The same rule we are applying even in the society for the economic prosperity, and thus the organization of economic activities is called economy. So what do you mean by economy? The organization of economic activities is called economy. Already we have learnt the economic activities. The economic activities are nothing but production, consumption, exchange and distribution. Right? Now let's see the importance of the study of economics. Why the study of economics is important. Let's see now. The study of economics is very important for the individual as well as to the society. Why it is important? You can see here in the picture, we have limited resources. That is scarcity. The problem of scarcity we are facing. We are facing the problem of scarcity and we recognize the scarcity and we have unlimited wants. So one hand, limited resources, on the other hand, unlimited wants, and we are facing the problem of scarcity and we recognize that. So recognize the scarcity of resources against the unlimited wants. The economics is helping us to recognize the scarcity of resources against the unlimited wants. And point is prioritizing. So the economics helps us to prioritize the use of resources and identifying more important and less important one. So as I have told you, we have unlimited wants. We desire to have many things, but we have very limited resources. As we have limited resources, we have to prioritize the things. So whichever we need, whether we need it now itself, whether it is urgent or less urgent, whether it is important or unimportant, based on that we can buy later or now. And the third point is economize on the use of resources, and search for more efficient ways of using the resources. For example, water. Water is limited. Only 2% of fresh water is available on the earth. So what we have to do? We have to save the available resources, and we have to search for more efficient ways of using these resources. How to make an efficient way? How we have to find out the efficient way, searching the efficient way? One of the way is rainwater harvesting. So we know, after knowing the limited resource, we are searching a more efficient way to use those resources. Understood? Yes. Next point is engage in economic activity to support family as well as the country. So the economy helps us to engage in economic activity. So as to support our family, we have to satisfy the basic needs of our family, right? So for that, what we have to do? We have to engage ourselves in economic activity so as to earn money, so as to increase our income. So as to get the income, what we have to do? We have to engage in the economic activity. It can be a profession, or it can be we can employ ourselves in some company, or else in the organization, or else doing the business. So these are the different economic activities so as to support our family, and in turn we are supporting our country. Understood? Next, contribute. The study of economics helps us to contribute to government's revenue and assist it in discharge of its developmental and welfare programs. If we study the economics, we are able to contribute. We can contribute towards the government's revenue, to increase the government revenue and assist it in discharge of its developmental and welfare programs. The government is introducing many developmental and welfare programs so as to increase the economy of the country and to provide the welfare of the state, well-being of the people. So like Swachh Bharat, Skill India, Digital India, Made in India, these are the welfare schemes or the programs which was introduced by the government. So if we know about our economy, naturally will contribute to our government's income, and as well as will be assisting in the discharge of the developmental and welfare programs so as to improve our economy. And next point, understand socio-economic problems of the country like poverty, unemployment, inflation, etc., and try to provide solutions to the same. So the economy, the study of economics, helps us to understand the socio-economic problems. So in the society and in the economic front, what are the problems a country is facing? The major problems are like poverty. The next one, unemployment. And the third is inflation. The inflation means rise in the prices of most goods and services of daily or common use, such as food, clothing, housing, recreation, transport, consumer staples, etc. So inflation is an economic term. You can see the inflation is an economic term that refers to an environment generally raising prices of goods and services within a particular economy. For example, prices for many consumer goods are double that of 20 years ago. And the last point and the importance of the study of economics is to suggest better policies and better ways of implementing policies for bringing about desired growth and development of the country. The study of economics suggests us the better policies and the better ways to implement those policies so as to bring desired growth in the economy and to develop the country. Understood? And in these ways, the study of economics helping us. Now let's learn about economic activities. What are economic activities? Most of the goods and services that we use every day are limited in supply, and these are not available free of cost. These goods and services are called economic goods and services. And we use our skills and labor to earn money and satisfy our wants by using the money. So every day we are using goods and services. So as to get the goods and services, what are we doing? We are using our skills and labor to earn money. And we are using that money to satisfy our wants. Right? And the varied activities which we perform in order to earn money and wealth for satisfaction of our wants are called economic activities. So what are called economic activities? The varied activities, the different activities which we perform in order to earn money and wealth for satisfaction of our wants or the needs are called economic activities. And these economic activities can be classified into 4 kinds. That is production, consumption, distribution and exchange. Now let's learn in detail about these 4. What is production? Production activities are those that produce goods and services. So we use the inputs as natural resources, raw materials, human resources, capital, and we used to get the outputs. For example, agriculture, animal husbandry, fishing, mining, forest development, different kinds of industries, transport, communication, etc. And the services are like teaching, medical checkups, car repair, mail delivery, etc. So now did you understand what are called production? And after production, what is consumption? Goods and services are produced for consumption. Why did we produce? Why are we producing? We are producing it for the consumption. Goods and services are produced for consumption. Man satisfies his wants by buying goods and services. All these activities are known as consumption activities. What are consumption activities? Man satisfies his wants by buying goods and services, and all these activities are known as consumption activities. In simple words, we can say that consumption is a process of buying or using goods and services. So what do you mean by consumption? Consumption is a process of buying or using goods and services. Now let's learn about exchange. How they used to exchange the products or the services. The producers produce goods for the consumer. The consumer used to buy the services or the goods for the consumption. And there is a marketing system to supply the produced goods to the consumers. And in this system, the activities of collection of goods, transportation, selling and buying takes place. After acquiring enough resources, producers are able to produce the goods and services. And consumers, what they are doing? They are making money payment to obtain these goods and services. This money payment is the price of the good or service. Exchanges among producers, consumers and resource owners result in a circular movement of resources, goods, services and money payments. You can see in the picture. So the payments for goods and services given to the producers. In return, what producers are giving? Goods and services to consumers, and same way what the producers are getting from the owner of resources, they are getting the resources and they are making the payments for resources. Now did you understand? Yes, the process of trading one good or service for another is exchange. What do you mean by exchange? The process of trading of one good or service for another is called exchange. Now let's learn about distribution. Distribution means the process or activity by which income is divided among resource owners and producers. So the income what we get after selling the product or selling the service, the income that is earned through the production of goods has to be distributed to the various factors of production. That is land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship or organization, which has enabled the production. And this process involves activities undertaken to determine the price of the factors of production. Steps have to be taken to ensure that the income earned is distributed among all factors in a just manner. Whether for the producer, the labor had been given, capital and entrepreneurship, in all these areas of production, the income has to be distributed evenly and in a correct manner. Sometimes many activities which are not economic in nature become economic activities. For example, when a teacher gives a free tuitions at home to students, is not an economic activity. So this one we cannot consider as an economic activity. But when the same teacher charges fees for giving tuitions, it becomes an economic activity. So now, did you all understand what is economic activity and what are the classification of economic activities? Yes. So the economic activities are nothing but the varied activities which we perform in order to earn money and wealth for the satisfaction of our wants. And what are the classification of economic activities? Production, consumption, exchange and distribution. Now let's learn about micro and macroeconomics. The divisions of economics are microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics concern with the behavior and activities of specific economic units, maybe individuals, households, firms, industries and resource owners. Whereas microeconomics deals with the behavior of the economy as a whole, maybe a country, with respect to output, income, price level, foreign trade, unemployment and other aggregate economic variables. When you compare microeconomics and macroeconomics, microeconomics is specific, which deals with the economic behavior of the individual units. Maybe a consumers, maybe it concerns with consumers, firms or one organization or a owner of a factors of productions. Whereas macroeconomics is general, it's not specific, it is general, economy as a whole. Maybe it can be a society or even a state or even a country. And it deals with the economic behavior of the whole economy or its aggregates such as government, business, unemployment, inflation and the like. So macroeconomics refers to management of income, expenditures, wealth or resources of a nation. So microeconomics, it deals about a single unit or the individual unit, maybe a consumer or household or a firm. Whereas microeconomics is at a large level. It implies a large level, that is can be a nation. It could be a nation. The word macro means total or large. The society or the country or the economy is a very large entity compared to an individual. Okay. And for example, it is said microeconomics is like studying a single tree in the forest, while macroeconomics is the study of whole forest. Microeconomics provides a worm's eye view of the economy, but macroeconomics provides a bird's eye view of the economy. Hope you all would have understood this lesson, children. Now let's move on to the home assignment. Name the two branches of economics. What are economic activities? Why do you need to study economics? These three question and answer, you have to write it in your home assignment. And in the workbook, in page number 142, first main, fill in the blanks. You have to write it down. All the 5 fill in the blanks you have to write down. In page number 143, second main, answer the following in a sentence. Question number 5, you have to write. And page number 143 and 144, third main, answer the following in 3 or 4 sentences. That is question number 1 and 2 you have to write. Remaining questions like question number 3, 4, 5 are cancelled. As I have told you, macro economics as well as basic economic problems are cancelled because of this COVID-19 pandemic and shortage of time. These workbook as well as home assignments, write neatly and submit on time. Thank you, children.